Good day, Golf Dad here. I just want to say, well, today was my day off. I didn't decide to do anything because I thought I'm going to take it easy. The fact that it was raining, I took advantage of sleeping a little bit. So, Bug Zapper actually works pretty nicely. I love it. Yeah, so I took the day off, decided to go golf shopping. I want to look for Goliath. Unfortunately, I did not see anything. They're probably more out Toronto, so if I was ever out Toronto going to some used stores, that'd be a great place to look. I found some Orlamar tri-metals, 13 and 17, so it'll go great with my 30. Funny thing is, over 25 years ago, they were $500 a piece. At Value Village, they were $8 each. I'll take that deal any day. So I'm going to try to use them on Saturday. I've got nothing to lose. I'm not going to break 100, unfortunately. So, ginger ale. You won't see me drinking too often. So yeah, I'm going to try to use them or take them to the driving range, spend a few extra dollars, have some fun. Before I get into details, I know my ex-wife is watching, so if you ever want to talk, that'd be greatly appreciated. I know deep down inside you're a terrific woman, because I wouldn't have married you if you weren't. That's how I feel about that. Now, that doesn't mean we have to be together. We really have to think about what we need in our life, and I know what I want. So I want to be able to talk things out. I remember when I was dating Grace, Grace and I talked about things, and she's like, you gotta learn to forgive and forget, talk things out. So that's what I'm gonna try to do. Here I am right now, thanks to Grace. I want to say, if you want to talk things out to my recently ex-wife, we can talk things out and try to get along like we had promised. I'm not asking for much, just for us two to get along, because I know we could. And yeah, I know there's some people that might be watching that probably don't like that idea, but too fucking bad. This is my life, my business, and I was with this person for a reason, and unfortunately somehow we got derailed and ended up going somewhere else. Life has been difficult for me, and probably for her as well. So things have, I've managed to go from living in my car to living in my camper to living in another camper to living in my car again, and now being here. Sure enough, I could probably save a lot of money, $700 a month, and do whatever I want if I wasn't here, but I'm kind of glad. In some ways there's some screwballs, but that's life. And some decent people. I try to keep to myself, because then I don't create enemies, and that's the way I am. But as I said, I would like to really get out there and have fun, and it would really be nice to have a golf partner. How great would it be to have someone side by side? I did have one for a while. That did not work out because I was just too far away. But having someone in the same city and going to play golf together would be amazing. Even the fact, if you're with me and you're driving the golf cart and you got your drinks, you got your snacks, you got a blanket over you, or whatever the case may be, sit there, look pretty for all I care. At least you're next to me and watching and having fun. Driving the cart, because you can be my golf caddy, but in a cart. Yeah, so I'm not getting too fancy this weekend. I'm just gonna go out and have fun, because I got nothing to lose. I'm not gonna break 100, although I would really like to. But if I break 50, that would be a nice start. So you know what I found interesting about this golf club and why I won't get rid of it? I'll tell you why. If you look at the numbers, 7, it's a 7 Fairywood. That is the day my daughter was born, my firstborn. And then you have 22, that's the date of my second child born, my son. So I keep this club. I find it interesting that it has both the days that they were born, because there is 7 woods out there with a 21 degree. Well, this one happens to be a 7 wood with a 22 degree. Weird, huh? So it is kind of like meaningful. I also do like the shaft, how it is nicely done up. So yeah, it's a Goliath, and Royal Goliath at that. This is a very hard golf club. It's a knockoff from Adams Tight Lies, which is probably about $400, unlike my Orlamar Tri-Metal, which were $500. And when someone tells you it'll fix your swing, don't believe everything you say, because the only person that can fix your swing is yourself, not the golf club. That's a bunch of crock. So for me to pay $8, not a big deal. I'm not losing anything out of it. I have been tempted to buy the 357, 359, but it's too costly. I like my golf clubs. I've got, well, you've all seen them. Cypress, Goliath Cypress, and I have Lazarus, and they work for me, although last week I wouldn't have noticed. But anyway, I love when I see that ball fly, almost like Kramer. So yeah, this thing here, you know, it's debatable whether I keep it or not. I really don't care. So like if I'm with someone and they say, you know, I don't like this on you, can you be smooth, see how it looks, I'd shave it off in a heartbeat. Certain people I've been with, I know they wouldn't want it, so it would be, again, you know, like it just depends. I think there might have been a time where my previous ex-wife and I were together and she didn't like it, so I probably wouldn't have kept it then. Well, I didn't have it then, so yeah, I don't really care for it, but, and I keep it. People laughed at me at work because they called me a shaved potato. They're like, oh, it looks good on you. Oh, it looks good on you. I don't know. We'll see. I'd rather shave it off, but I will when I find someone special and she prefers it nice shaved face, because I'll give that to her any day. Doom, doom, doom. So, anyhow, I also found it interesting that my ex-girlfriend from Twin at my work, I can't believe it. We finally started talking this week because we had no choice to, I had to reach out to her, so it was really awkward. Crazy. I mean, I'm talking to this person and she looks exactly like my ex-girlfriend, and I really, it's kind of annoying because it's like I'm trying to forget about her, but every time I see her, it's that face. So it is what it is. I probably would not have noticed. The best part is if I do switch positions coming up soon, then I won't have to worry about seeing her anymore, and that'll probably be a bonus for me to begin with. But as for my place, I've made some changes. I can probably show you. So my TV. So if I ever started moving, the one thing I was thinking about was going less with my DVDs, finding out what I really do watch instead of having them sit there all the time. So I'm thinking about unloading and selling some of these too. Of course, you have my hockey wall, my Mexican corner. Over here you have my shelf with my clothes and everything else. Kind of messy. I got another shelf right here. Once I start throwing stuff away, and then I'm gonna start having like tons of freaking space. But the most important things that I have are my shelving units. Those are really handy, so I'm happy with that. And well, I have a twin size bed, so I don't want to be going out there and spending too much. The only thing that I really want to be spending on is playing more golf. And if I need a certain club that I'm missing that I could use, that would probably be it. So stay tuned. Let's have some fun and enjoy the rest of the day.